It is a beautiful West Point Saturday. Temps in the mid-70s as the Corps of Cadets make the march inside of Michie Stadium, where the Black Knights have won their last 5 games at home. Jeff Monken's team in that stretch has outscored their opponents by 40 points per game. And today, out of the FCS, they welcome in the Bulldogs of the Citadel. It's college football here today, brought to you by the Home Depot here on CBS Sports Network, as Army at 3-1 takes on 0-3 Citadel. Great to see you and be with you alongside my broadcast partner, as always, 7 years, the NFL, Ross Tucker, Tina Cervasio down on the field. My name is Ben Holden. It is a pleasure and an honor to be with you. Well, Ross, this Army team, they only have one blemish, the loss at Cincinnati a couple of weeks back. They've been steamrolling opponents. They're the only team in the country that's rushed for over 1,000 yards. Off to a 3-1 start, but beware, right?
Right. I mean, it looks like it could be a special season, but Jeff Monken, their head coach, pointed out this week, hey, we were 3-1 last year as well. Then they lost 5 straight. They are determined to not let that happen again.
They certainly are. Let's take a closer look at some of the key numbers from last week and some of the highlight guys, Ross.
Well, how about a freshman flanked by 2 sophomores right there? The future is bright here at West Point with all these young players making plays in the backfield.
And Jamel Jones will start at quarterback today in place of Christian Anderson. You'll show us further in our Do Project Smarter, brought to us by the Home Depot, what they did so well last week.
2 keys to get the ball to Tyrell Robinson in space. The quarterback must attack the unblocked defender. You got to make him commit. Watch Jones make him commit, then you pitch. Then you have to get the downfield block on whoever has pitch responsibility. The tight end, Chris Cameron, downfield, excellent block. That is how you get Tyrell Robinson in space, and when you do, good things happen.
We will see a lot of the option. Both teams run it, both teams military academies, and for the Citadel, they've got a stud at linebacker in Willie Eubanks.
Willie Eubanks, all he was last year was the Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year as a junior, and he can fly. Watching him all week, so fun to see all the plays he can make. Their defensive coordinator, Tony Grantham, said, we feed him a lot. That means he is the guy who's expected to make a play. And as you can see, he makes lots of them.
He sure does. He makes plenty of them. A beautiful West Point Saturday. Temps in the mid-70s. There is a wind 10-20 coming out of the south up the Hudson. You see the Corps of Cadets fired up to be in here. No fans aside from the Corps of Cadets, approximately 4,300 of them. Citadel will kick the ball off to begin the football game. This is their 4th game this season. It will be their final game of 2020, but they could end up playing in the spring as toe meets leather, and they go onside to begin the game, and it worked! The Citadel comes up with a football. What a play. Destin Mack was right there, Johnny on the spot to recover the onside kick, Ross.
Well, I love it. You're a big underdog in a game like this. Last game of 2020 for them. They are coming to win, and look at that.
That's amazing.
When's the last time you saw a guy catch it in the air on an onside kick? That was beautiful. You couldn't have timed or practiced it any better than that.
Outstanding way to start it. We saw last week when Abilene Christian was in here, it was 3 or 4 times in that game they went for it on 4th down. Look, when you're playing a team like Army, possessions and ball control and clock control mean everything. And the Citadel, they've had 11 players opt out. They've had 6 running backs opt out. But a proud program with great history and great tradition. First time these 2 teams are getting together in 26 years. It was a 1-point Army win back in '94. And Brandon Rainey, born in Traverse City, Michigan at Munson Medical Center. The coaches love this guy, Ross.
They told us yesterday, Lou Conte, the head coach, and the offensive coordinator said he's the guy that makes everything go. Brandon Rainey. It's unbelievable when you look at his statistics. 30 touchdowns last year.
Yeah. Accounted for 30 total touchdowns. Here's Rainey. Pressure, gets rid of it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Army. Broughton comes up with a play for the Black Knights. So the Citadel goes onside. They recover the kick, and just like that, Army's got the ball back early on.
They have really struggled throwing the ball right side of your screen. It's just high, and Broughton is a ball magnet. We've been talking about that almost every Army game. Either the ball finds him or he finds the ball and gets his hands on it. Did not look like Webb was even ready for the ball, and a very errant throw. Something was off there for the Bulldogs.
Sure was. Third pick of the season for Rainey. And Army goes to work. Jamel Jones, who was so good last week, Ross. We'll see some of his numbers and what he did. Maybe the biggest thing we don't see, no turnovers.
Right, and he ran it so effectively. He told us, listen, I missed a couple reads in the run game and the pass game, but it was really his first time to even watch himself on film against another opponent running some of those plays. He feels very confident about how he'll be able to perform today.
The first career start for the young man out of the Colony down in Texas. Jones on the left side. Now keep in mind, folks, both these teams run the option. They are familiar with it. Bottom of your screen on the I-bar, Ross. Who's grabbing your eyes for Army on offense so far this season, aside from we already talked about Jones?
Well, how about number 14, Michael Roberts, the wide receiver? Not often that we talk about receivers, but he's got 6 catches, 94 yards, had his first receiving touchdown last week. He did a really nice job blocking downfield as well.
He did, 33 yards. So Army was 3 of 11 last week on third down, an area Jeff Monken said has to be better, and they have to get 8 yards here from their own 35. Jones, little fake on the run, flings it downfield, and it's nearly caught. The intended target there was Brandon Walters, and the coverage down there for the Citadel was Jay Howard.
Really nice job by Jay Howard. That is straight man-to-man. When you're playing an option team, watch him. Turns around. You know, it's almost like Walters could have caught it. I don't know if Howard got a hand on it or not, but he was still there stride for stride and at least got his hand up that I believe at a minimum distracted Walters. Good coverage by Howard.
Sure was. So brings on Zach Harding, who entered the weekend 6th in the country, averaging 47 yards a punt. And Citadel's going to let this one bounce, and Army's going to down this thing inside of the 15-yard line. So if you weren't ready for this one, man, what a start we've had. The Citadel opens the game with an onside kick. They get it. Army then comes back, Rainey back to throw, and Broughton with a pick. Scoreless here after a furious start at Mikey. Little freedom and liberty this afternoon for the Corps Cadets here at Michie Stadium with Ross Tucker upstairs in the booth. My name is Ben Holden. Tina Servasio down on the field. Tina, welcome. What do you have for us?
Hey there, Ben and Ross. Well, the Citadel quarterback Brandon Rainey says that he does watch a lot of Army and Navy games, not necessarily to scout them, but just to see how other teams operate and manufacture the triple option. But he says he never really tries to or wanted to emulate or model his game after any particular option quarterback. Rainey says he just focuses on his abilities and plays as hard as he can.
Well, his folks are watching, Jason and Stephanie. We told Brandon the other day on our call we'd give the folks a shout out watching the game. A turnover on the first series, though, for him, Ross.
I mean, you know his parents' name and the hospital he was born at. I need to do more prep work.
He's from my home state, man. Let's take a look at the Citadel and their starters for the Bulldogs. Starting up front, Ross. It always starts up front, but does it ever today in this matchup?
It really does. Thomas Crawford, the right tackle, former walk-on. He's only 230 pounds, both of their tackles. And what's cool about Crawford is he just got his commission in the Air Force. He is going to be a pilot. That's what he's always wanted to do. Love stories like that.
Yeah, we'll continue on with that here after this play. 2nd and 9 coming up. Little motion, they're going to toss it right side, trying to get it open. And coming in, Malcolm Morrison, as he was shot out of a cannon. And the ball may have come out. They're indicating, though, it's recovered by the Citadel. It was Cooper Wallace on the carry. 3rd and 8 coming up, Ross.
Army defenders doing such a good job evading blocks. Let's see it. Ooh, that ball's out.
Looked like it.
Wow, that ball was out right away. It looked like Citadel recovered it, though. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Hard to tell from our angle initially on the field.
Here's a good look.
That ball was absolutely out. Malcolm Morrison with the picture-perfect hit. It bounces out, but Citadel able to slide in from the left and get on top of that football.
Yep.
Beautiful pictures there.
The foot there it was, and they go right up the gut. Big run here for the Citadel. First down and then some. And on the carry there was Keontae Sessions. They have lost 6 running backs that opted out earlier this season. Big run there, Ross, on 3rd down.
Watch what happens with these defensive linemen. It's kind of a sprint draw. So they're going to get them sliding and flowing out of the way, and then boom. Look at the hole open up. Those guys started to almost rush the passer because they thought it was a pass.
So the senior out of one of my favorite towns in America, Sessions, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, keeps this drive alive for the Citadel. Little B-back handoff there and put into the hands there of Michie and Wanze off the I-bar. The Army starters. Ross, who's somebody we should watch today for Army?
Well, I've been very impressed throughout by Nolan Cockrell, number 95, the first-year starter at nose tackle. He plays some D-end as well. And Ryan Durant getting his first start today at end in Kobina Bonsu's absence.
Yep, Bonsu not available to play today. 2nd down and 7 here for the Bulldogs. Rainey looking to throw again and does, and could not connect there with Raleigh Webb. An outstanding senior, 2nd all-time with 16 touchdown catches, averages 22 a catch, but no go there, 3rd and 7.
Really surprised the Citadel's throwing as much as they are. You see their head coach, Brent Thompson. He's done a terrific job with that program. A couple years ago, they were tied with Alabama at halftime.
Yeah.
Last year, they beat Georgia Tech. They're in the mix in the Southern Conference every year. Done an awesome job. I'm just surprised they're throwing it as much as they are early in this game, especially given the struggles they've had so far this season.
They must see something against Nate Woody's defense. See if they do it again here on 3rd down. Little delay, and it doesn't work. And they're going to be well short. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up, and that's going to bring on the punt group for the Citadel. And it is Matt Campbell. I'm sure Matt's going to appreciate this, seeing this again, but this happened in their first game, and he didn't even get it out of the end zone. The easiest recovery in the history of punting, I think, right there. Let's see what he does here. And he bombs one here, forcing Robinson back. Makes it over the shoulder catch, then dropped it inside of the 15. Flag down on the play. And Tyrell Robinson gets it out over the 20 to about the 23, but we'll check the penalty flag. A 54-yard punt. And we'll hear the word from our referee today, Larry Saunders, right there.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 26 return team, half the distance, 1st down.
So the penalty there called on Draylon Hammonds. That'll back Army up. They'll have it when we come back after a short timeout. Here to Mikey.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. By Verizon, the network more people rely on. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Coyote, we dig dirt.
3 men that all played the NFL. Brent Davis at one time played at the Citadel. In fact, he played in the 1992 game. That was the back-to-back years that the Citadel came here and won. He ended up going to Georgia. He told us yesterday, he said, I always wanted to play at Georgia. The military thing, I guess, as a cadet wasn't exactly for him, right?
Well, his dream was to play between the hedges, and after he played early at the Citadel, he thought, I can go to Georgia and get a chance to play, and he did.
Nate Woody, the defensive coordinator, recruiting at Wofford. What a play here. Army's going to lose a couple. Sprinting over to make that play was Chris Beverly. Nice work on him. Brings up 2nd down. They lose about 2.
It is very clear. Watch, you'll see Beverly come shooting in, but it's obvious that the Citadel has a great feel for Army's offense. You would expect them to do so, right? I mean, they practice against it all the time. They both run the triple option. And so far, the Citadel, they've been very fast to react with their reads.
Army backed up in their own end here because a 53-yard punt and a penalty on Hammonds backed it up half the distance to the goal line. So the Citadel's got Army right where they want him. Defensively, we talked about Eubanks, Ross. Who else off our eye bar grabs your eyes amongst their group?
You know, how about the linebacker next to him?
Yeah.
Anthony Britton Jr. He's only a sophomore, but defensive coordinator Tony Grantham said he is the smartest football player I've ever coached. Pretty high praise when you think about how long Grantham's been coaching. He said he had a photographic memory and was making calls a week and a half into his freshman year that some of the upperclassmen weren't even sure about.
Yep. So 3rd and 9, not Army's forte. Inside of their own 10-yard line, but they split him out wide. Jones gonna keep it, and he's well short. And the Citadel swarming to the ball. Again, this is their last game of this calendar year. Just 4 games they're playing, and it looks like it.
The Citadel has come to play. It's supposed to be a quick pass. You'll see Jones looks to the right. Nobody's open, though. So I think Jones felt like if it's not open right away, he was going to tuck it away. Usually, those easy underneath throws are wide open for Army. They weren't there.
Here's Harding again for the 2nd time today. Punted 3 times last week in the win over Abilene Christian. And just getting away from that football was the return man, Dominic Poole. So good field position for the Citadel to begin again. When we come back, Brandon Rainey, the offense, coming back on here at Army. A little more than halfway through the opening quarter, 7:23 to play in it. No score between 2 proud and historic programs, the Citadel and Army. Ross, time to take a look at your Rockage Mortgage tools for success.
Well, for the Citadel, they need to start fast, and I'd say so far they have with the onside kick and the way they're playing defensively. Turnover battle, not as much with the interception, but the onside kick counts in my mind. For Army, make the Citadel throw. They've done that so far. Obviously, they struggle there. And big play promise. Last week, I thought Army showed the potential to make a lot of big plays. We'll see if they can make a couple more today.
All right, so those are our tools for success brought to us by Rocket Mortgage. We'll revisit those later on in the game. On 1st and 10, Brandon Rainey on the right end, able to pick up a couple. And you know, one thing aside from all those things I mentioned about the academies, the history, the tradition, you know, these coaches back in April when everything was shut down and we didn't know if there'd be college football, Ross, these 2 programs got very, very close. They didn't know they were playing. And now here we are in early October and they're playing.
Well, over the years, they've spent a lot of time, you know, at each other's campus, going over different triple option scenarios. And this year, because of the quarantine, they just did it via Zoom, obviously not knowing they'd end up playing.
Yeah. Interesting, too, listening to both coaches. They go right up the gut on the dive, just over the 50-yard line. 3rd down coming up. Both teams and coaches talking about, you know, we don't want to face the option. They both run it. It's strange to hear them both say that. 3rd down here. What do you look for, Ross?
Well, so, you know, they've gotten better push up front the last couple plays. I think they should run it again, Ben, and try to get into 4th and short to a point where maybe they could actually go for it on 4th down. Offensive line has had their best couple plays in a row other than a draw.
The Citadel 1 of 2 on 3rd down, outgaining Army 28-4 thus far in the ball game. Rainey fake the handoff. Wadigan comes in to wrap him up from behind and finish him off after a gain of about a yard. So they've got this situation here. You just touched on 4th and a long 3. It looks like they're going to punt it, though.
Watch how quick Eric Smith is going to be to see this. This is unbelievable. Watch this. He's up like he's blitzing. He comes over the top right there. He knows Brandon Rainey's pulling that football. That's called scraping over the top. Really well done by Eric Smith to get over the top of that block and tackle Rainey.
So Campbell on to punt. His first punt, 53 yards. Tyrell Robinson lets it go, and the Citadel, did they keep it alive? Right at the goal line, and they're saying they've downed it at the 1. What an effort. 3 phases in this game. Special teams, a big part of it. Andy Davis down there after the punt from Campbell, doing some special things, Ross.
So far, so good for the Citadel special teams. That's the 3rd big play they've already made.
Today's installment of Army's Greatest Legends is brought to you by The Exchange, and we look back at running back Bob Anderson. Anderson led the Black Knights in rushing in each of his 3 varsity seasons, including 1958, where he teamed up with Pete Dawkins to lead Army to an 8-0-1 record. A two-way player, Anderson led the team in interceptions in 57 and 58 and was inducted, Bob Anderson was, into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2004. So Ross, Matt Campbell is doing his job. We touched on the special teams. He's flipped it twice. He's pinned Army inside the 10 the last drive, and now inside their own 2, basically.
And Army has 4 total yards in 2 series. They got to find a way to dig themselves out of here.
Well, Jones under center. You're just joining us, making his first start in his career. Flag flies, moving on the right side of the line, it looked like.
Offside, defense number 44, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That is so smart by Army. The penalty goes against Dewey Green, but when you're backed up like that, Ben, if one of your guys jumps, it's half the distance. It's like 2 inches at that point.
Yep.
But if the Citadel jumps like Dewey Green did, you get 5 big yards to dig yourself out from the half-yard line to the 5.5. So smart by the Black Knights.
Spoken like a true guy that played the league for 7 years. Block it. Well said. So not much there at all, as it was carried by Jacoby Buchanan. Brings up second down.
Something was off here. Watch this.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It was all discombobulated there.
Yeah.
Looked to me like Jacoby Buchanan might have taken the wrong track. Jamel Jones opens. Buchanan runs right into him. I can assure you that's not how they drew it up. There are different tracks that the fullback takes. That's the path to which he inserts, and it looks like Buchanan might have taken the wrong one.
Second down and 4 here. Jones sees an opening, takes it, and he's got the first down out to the 12. Somebody's lid went flying. In fact, that was, I believe, the quarterback, Jones's helmet. It was. So Army desperately needed that, and Jones got to come out. He lost the helmet, so Maurice Ballon will come in, at least for this play here, because of the rule.
And remember, Army's really already down their top 2 protected quarterbacks coming into this season.
Yeah.
You know, both Christian Anderson and Jabari Loss.
No sign of Sandon McCoy either at the B-back spot. Buchanan's in there now on first down. The ball, they lost the ball, but Ballon got it back. And the Citadel right there, it was Destin Mack along with Marquise Blunt in the area. So Ballon's going to come out, Jones back in at quarterback.
And that's exactly what you can't have happen right there. It's a quarterback center exchange, and it looked like Ballon initially had it and then almost hit somebody's rear as he pulled the ball out. I think he got the snap, and then as he pulled it out, he lost it. I don't know if it ricocheted off to Bishop at all, but puts Army in a really tough spot now.
Second and long now. Jamel Jones, tough run inside. The Citadel getting to the ball quickly there to the 15. Down to Tina.
Well, Sandon McCoy is not in uniform, guys. He's down here on the sidelines, but just in his sweats. I noticed that during the pregame warm-ups. And going into this game, Coach Monken did admit you might not see much of McCoy. He's kind of been dealing with some nagging injuries. Nothing serious, but he did not dress today.
Great stuff, Tina. Thank you. So 3rd and 7, part of that fullback stable that Mike Vitti, their fullback coach, has. Army 0 of 2 so far on 3rd down after going 3 of 11 last week, and another penalty flag.
Start, offense, number 15, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's on Raheem Murphy, one of the A-backs.
He just flinched. He's the right wing back, and you'll see him right here. Yep, he was about to move, like he put his arms out to try to keep his balance. That was awesome. They got you, Raheem. They caught you. So listen, 3rd and 7 is already pretty difficult for Army's offense.
Yeah.
3rd and 12, I wouldn't be surprised if this is some type of draw here, because this could be really dangerous. They don't pass block very well.
They don't do it often. Murphy in motion. Jones has time, now zings one, and miscommunication there. Roberts came in, the ball went out, and he's the guy to throw to the last 2 games. He's had the hot hand, so Jeff Monken's guy stymied again.
Well, look, they did have pretty good protection here, and Jones is trying to fit it in on the in cut there to Roberts, and he's off by about 5 yards. I mean, That is just a really, really poor throw by Jones. He had Michael Roberts coming in from the top on an in cut and threw it about 5 yards behind him.
Well, here's Harding on for the third time today. The wind hanging that one up, and the Citadel, as it bounced to Poole. I don't think Poole wanted to field that. And
wow.
He's lucky it came right to him, Ross.
Very, very fortunate. He ran right into Jay Howard.
Yeah.
And then the ball ran right into him. Watch this. Jay Howard runs into him.
Yeah.
That's bad enough. I don't think he hits anybody, but it goes right to him, and he's able to catch it. I mean, if that hits him anywhere else on his body, Army probably recovers. Remember what my pop-up said, Ben, it's an oblong ball. You don't know how it's going to bounce. That time it bounced right to Poole, and he is very lucky that it did.
So the Citadel once again with great field position right at midfield. Rainey on the pitch. Wallace got a ton of room, got a block downfield for Webb. And Wallace stepped out of bounds. Question is, where exactly did Wallace step out? They're saying the 28-yard line, so a huge chunk from Cooper Wallace on first down.
Watch the top of your screen. Unbelievable block by number 8, Sessions, right there on Broughton. Then down the field, 22, Raleigh Webb gets a pancake. That looks like Army football right there.
Sure
with
does.
Running backs and wide receivers on the perimeter.
Giving them a dose of their own medicine so far. The Citadel. First down run, under 2 minutes to go, and oh, got a chance. Want to remind you, Armed Forces football today is proudly supported by Ram. There's your guy Cockrell, and those guys, the middle of any line when you're playing the option, are so critical in trying to clog things up and throw the timing off. 2nd and 9 here. The Citadel's rush for 51. Army just 13 so far in the game. Rainey's got it. Cuts back inside. Good tough run from Brandon Rainey there to the 22-yard line. He's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4.
You see Army run that play a lot as well. It's just quarterback zone to the right, and Rainey cut it back more than you normally see it happen. He got so low, got about 2 or 3 yards while he was burrowing, puts them in a 3rd and 4 situation. You got to think, if you're the Citadel, you can run the ball 2 times here and get 4 yards.
Right there with you, Ross. The Citadel 1 of 3 on 3rd down to this point. Rainey's going to keep it. Good job breaking in there. Coming off the edge was Jabari Moore to trip him up. So now a decision here. 4th and still 4 here. You go for it or trying to kick it here? What do you do?
I think Brent Thompson's going to have plenty of time to consider it, because they can take it to the end of the quarter. They're sending the field goal kicker in. You know, his range is about a 46-yarder, so this is definitely within his range. The wind's going a little bit that way, which is why I think they want to kick it now.
Yep, they want to try as Colby Kintner is on, and Colby Kintner, the freshman out of Windermere, Florida, is true, and they stick it from 39 yards. And the Citadel ends the first quarter. That couldn't have went any better for them, Ross.
No, very well, and the freshman comes in and gives the Citadel Bulldogs the lead over Army on the road. Great start for the Citadel.
My name is Sergeant Kiana Villalobos with Alpha 628 Aviation Support Brigade at Al Asad, Iraq. I want to give a shout out to all my family all over the world. Go Army.
Thank you for your service and all that serve our great country. 3-0, the Citadel on top. Getting the cannons ready over there, but nothing yet for Army. And it's time now for our View of the Corps, brought to us today, as it always is, by the fine folks at M-Corps. So far, Ross, 5 total drives in this game, 4 punts and a pick, 32 total yards. And entering today, how about this? Army had outscored their opponents 35-3 in the opening quarter.
Army better wake up, Ben.
Yep.
The Citadel came to play. I'm not sure Army did, and they're in for a ball game.
3 points so far. That field goal at the end of the quarter. Their catch called for at the 5-yard line. And Army will have it 1st and 10 from the 25. The special teams have been sound, Ross, for the Citadel.
Well, they started with that beautiful onside kick. You can't do it any better than that. And then our guy, Campbell, who also had the onside kick, gets the punt down at the 1. That helped get field position, which led to the field goal by the freshman Kintner.
Yep.
And so far, the Citadel's defense and special teams have been the story of this game.
So Brent Thompson there, their head coach, who grew up 47 miles up the Hudson River north in Rhinebeck, New York. Came here to camps as a kid, wanted to go here, so didn't have the grades. Tyrell Robinson on the carry. There's flags all over. They were high up there on that tackle, that first attempt. Maybe a face mask called. We'll get the verdict here from our referee, Larry Saunders, today.
I thought Dewey Green was offsides again also.
Okay.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside, defense, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yep, you had it right. We both did. Eubanks, the face mask. That has a whole new meaning in this day and age, but the penalty on Eubanks, Army will take that one. Here's a look back, Ross.
Yeah, watch number 9, left side of your screen, come flying in, left hand there. Yep. And here's the thing, Ben, it doesn't have to be actually on the mask. Any opening, you'll see where he got him. But any opening you grab and twist or turn, it's a penalty.
Good call by you. Right up the gut goes Buchanan, bulldozing his way out to the 44-yard line. Beg your pardon, Atkins 23, not 33. Army averaging just 1.2 a play. The Citadel not much better, but they've got the lead, averaging 3.7. And Army penalty yards so far in the game almost equal to what they've done in offense.
Wow. You're talking about the leading rushing football team in all of college football. They have really struggled. Credit the Citadel with a great game plan, and their kids are flying around.
They certainly are. Army came in with 1,402 yards. Here's Jones trying to add to it. And he's got the first down. He was pursued there by Sean Thomas Faulkner and forced out of bounds. But Army will keep this march alive here in the opening minute of the second.
You got to be able to block Willie Eubanks. Watch Cade Bernard leading on the quarterback zone. Keep your eye on number 40. Keep your eye on number 40 right here. Bang. Boom. You're going down. That is a pancake. And that was after Eubanks had to fight somebody off of his ankles. They got 2 bodies on the Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Gain of 10. Army's longest of the day to this point. Cade Bernard, right side, keeps the legs turning there, but a good job by the push on the left side of that Citadel defense. Not much there. And on the stop there, big number 75, Hakeem Elmore, a redshirt freshman out of Orangeburg, South Carolina.
5'10", 265. He was built to be a defensive lineman. Cade Bernard getting his first start today, going against guys like Elmore, with Santa McCoy out of the lineup.
The junior is Bernard out of Seminole, Texas. 2nd and 8 now. Hobbs went in motion there. Jones shedded 1 tackle, could not shed the second. They were on him in a hurry. Bringing him down there, making the stop there was Anthony Britton Jr. You talked about him earlier.
Yep, and speed. Watch him all the way here. He's going to chase it down from behind. When you're trying to chase it down from behind, you better go flat. That's your only chance. Wow. Flat and fast. He can roll. I'm telling you, the Citadel has some speed. Most of their players are from South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and they can run.
Army 0 of 3 on 3rd down to this point. 3 of 11 a week ago. Was an area Jeff Monken made no mistake about. He says we've got to be better. Jones swings out into space. And a good tackle out there. But Tyrell Robinson continues to go to slow him up, or that could have been a lot worse for the Citadel than just the first down that Robinson earned right there.
Good design there from Army offensive coordinator Brent Davis. The receiver to that side ran a go route, and then you'll see at the end, watch Tyrell Robinson. Nobody ever gets a good shot on him.
Nope.
It seems like the first guy can never bring him down. Little stutter step, stiff arm. I'm going to keep moving here.
First on their team with 253 yards on the ground, averaging over 12 yards a carry. There's a shot downfield and overthrowing the target there. It was Donaldson. Reek and Donaldson, that was 6.
Both wide receivers were wide open. There was a miscommunication. Watch this. You'll see the throw for Donaldson on the deep post. Beverly, the safety, left him. The ball's in the air. Boy, that's one where you'd like to think that Donaldson can kind of get another gear there and dive, lay out, and catch that one.
Yeah.
Jones probably wishes he had put a little bit more air under it to give Donaldson a chance to adjust to the ball in the air. That's a big missed opportunity for the Black Knights.
Certainly is. 2nd and 10 now. The 32. Jones the fake, the pitch to the outside. Murphy into space. And a decent pickup there. Eubanks there to ride him to the ground. 3rd down coming up now. Eubanks all over this field so far. He is a special one. Gain of 6.
Take a look at the blocks on the edge. Tyrell Robinson, 21, as well as Michael Roberts, the wide receiver, 14. Good to see Tyrell Robinson, the freshman. He's not just a ball carrier. He knows he's got a block for his buddies as well. 3rd and 4, this portion of the field. You would think Army, just like I said about the Citadel, thinks they can run it twice and get a 1st down here.
Atkins, no! You can hear him all the way down there. No, no, no. And so Army's got to make the call now, Ross.
Right, much like the Citadel, they only gained about a yard, puts him in 4th and a good 3. Jeff Monken will immediately go to the analytics and the book and see what he should do. I would think that they would kick the field goal here. I'm a little surprised that it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep.
And I personally would kick the field goal here. Sawyers is having a nice year. I would like to tie the game up. 3 yards is a lot, given how they played so far.
Army, 2 of 3 last week, and Robinson tripped up, stays on his feet, but he does not get there. The Citadel comes up with a stop. So Army comes up empty. What an effort by this team so far in this game, Ross Tucker. They have come to play in every phase of their game.
Well, they went with the quick pitch to Robinson, but the Citadel can fly. They were all over it. Army still has nothing.
Out getting after it, Ross.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 3 quarterbacks that you think are better MVP candidates right now than Patrick Mahomes, that probably means they're playing pretty well. Yeah, I think right now, Allen, Rodgers, and Wilson are playing better.
Yeah, it's surprising to hear you say that. So here's the Citadel after they come up with a stop on 4th down. Tackle made there by Julian McDuffie, who basically went viral last week when he tracked down L.J. McConnell with his speed and makes the stop there. That play that McConnell made, put the peace sign up. McDuffie tracked him down and showed that he is the fastest guy on this team, although some would argue that's between him and Tyrell Robinson. Maybe one day we'll find out.
He is impressive.
He is.
He's physical, and he can really fly.
Yep. On 2nd and 9, dive up the gut. They're going to get a couple. At the 29-yard line, sets up 3rd and about 6. And here's the play, Ross. L.J. McConnell, he had a big day. This is not one of his finer moments. He's like, peace out, I'm gone. Look at number 3.
Puts the peace sign up. He didn't realize that McDuffie can absolutely roll. He thought he was gone. I saw later in the day, Tyreek Hill, the Chiefs wide receiver, said, I see guys putting up the peace sign and getting caught from behind. That's no bueno.
That is definitely no bueno. So 3rd and 6 here. The Citadel and quarterback Brandon Rainey are 1 of 4 so far. On 3rd down, play clock winding down. Rainey wants to throw, dumps it off. And there's a flag. I was waiting. Looked like some early contact in there. And Cunningham in the secondary.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
And he was early.
He was.
Right in the back.
Yeah.
Pass interference, defense number 22. The ball will be placed to the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
So a big penalty for the Citadel there on Cedric Cunningham. Gives them the 1st down.
Nice job by Brandon Rainey delivering the ball even about as he was about to get hit, but right there. Cunningham hit McCarthy right before the ball got there. We could see it from here perfectly. And he did a good job just to get rid of it before Lowry hit him.
Yep. So 1st down, toss left side. Pickup of close to 3 there on the run, turned in there by Kyler Estes. I beg your pardon, Derek Hampton on the carry there. Armed Forces football is proudly supported today by Serpro.
You know, they've had a couple times here on this series, Ben, where they've gotten the ball to the perimeter, and it looks like they've had something. Army defensive backs doing a good job getting off blocks. Citadel's got to get more yards out of those plays.
Straight ahead dive will set up third down and short. And the carry there was Nwanze. Third and 5 here for the Citadel.
Third and medium is where they want to be. Really keeps their entire playbook open. I don't expect them to throw it again. I think that they're going to lean on the running game.
Rainey, you called it, partner, outside, and a big play from that edge coming over. Big hit. There is a penalty flag down at the 41. Broughton with a hit there, but let's hear the verdict from our referee Saunders here today. Looking at Jeff Monken. What do you want to do here, coach?
Holding, offense number 8. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
And the senior Keontae Sessions.
I could hardly be more impressed by Mark Wilbrough.
Oh.
I mean, he's only a sophomore. Watch this hit right here. Running totally legal with his shoulder pad. Watch, boom, right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a ball hawk. He forces fumbles, he recovers them, he gets interceptions, he's a big hitter. I mean, that's everything. That's what you need a safety to do.
He is dynamite. Campbell on to punt once again, 53 and 46. He told us, Broughton did yesterday, as Robinson goes nowhere at the 20. Broughton told us, we were on our conversation, our weekly call with Army, he said, my guy is Tyrann Mathieu. And man, does he do a little bit of everything like Mathieu does. Beautiful play there turned in by him. 3-0, the Citadel on top. Take a look at our Geico difference makers today, Ross. Johnny Nation, John Radigan up first on the marquee for Army.
First-year starter, leads them in tackles. He has just been terrific in every aspect of the game.
And for the Citadel, Raleigh Webb is their most reliable target when they throw it.
Tied for second in school history, 16 touchdown receptions. You know, whether it's Webb or Rainey, you see some of their stats, Ben, and you can only imagine what they would be if they had a full season.
Yeah, and a full complement, too. 11 players opted out. They had Alex Ramsey, who rushed over 1,300 yards a season ago at VMI. He is already in the transfer portal, and the Citadel defense, man, if they come to play with their hard hats and lunch pails, Ross.
Well, they're not able to run up the middle as Army, so they're trying to get the outside, but the Citadel defenders, their pursuit and speed have been awesome. Watch, they try to get to Robinson to get stripped up, but look how many white jerseys are always in the picture.
Yep.
You know, it needs to be said, Ben, this is the Citadel's last game of 2020.
It is.
And might be the last game for a bunch of these players. They're playing like it.
They sure are. 2nd and 9 here for Army. Last possession. They opted to go for it. They were stopped. Could have taken a field goal attempt, but said no. And the Citadel again swarming the ball on that drive as we got third down coming up. That last drive was 10 plays, 50 yards. Their first 11 plays at 13 total yards to continue, Ross, to speak to the defensive effort of the team in white today.
And it's another 3rd and long. This is where Army really struggles. They had a bunch of 3rd and longs last week, Ben, which is one of the reasons why they went 3 of 11 on 3rd downs, which Jeff Monken said is deplorable for us.
It's all about staying on schedule for Brent Davis and that offense. Army's 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Mel Jones 1 of 4 through the air for 11 if they go that route. It looks like they want to. Jones going to float one out there. And a great throw and a great catch in traffic. Chris Cameron, who came out of the game earlier. What a throw and what a catch, Ross.
They're going right on the football. They like to do this sometimes after a big play.
Gain of 25 on the pitch and catch from Jones to Cameron. Cade Bernard pushes his way to the 49-yard line. But what a play here, Ross Tucker.
Cameron, right side of your screen, he's running an over route in man coverage against Britton. The ball's thrown a little bit behind him, and Cameron, who's done such a good job blocking so far this year, excellent body control and concentration. That is a gigantic first down for the Black Knights. They needed it badly.
That'll make his dad proud. Longtime coach Cam Cameron. And the Citadel all over Jacoby Buchanan. And a shout out to Matt Drinkall, the tight ends coach. Does a great job with that group, and they have been very happy with that part of their team. It's such a key cog in the offensive scheme of what they do here. 3rd and 4 now. Army on it quickly. Flag flies. Buchanan took a shot. He does not have the first down, but we have to check the penalty before we go any further, and we'll hear from Larry Saunders in a moment.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 players in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that changes the dynamic once again here on 3rd down coming up, Ross.
Yeah, take a look at it. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got the receiver at the top of the screen. It needs to be up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
He's back off. The right tackle's uncovered. That is a mental error by Army. That's the type of thing that drives Jeff Monken nuts. 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 9 are totally different galaxies for Army.
Well said. Army 2 of 6. They converted on the last one. That pass play to Cameron. They go back to the air. Near side. It is caught right near the stick. And Donaldson comes up with a catch. They went deep to him earlier on a post play. He didn't make the catch, and there's an injured Citadel player out of your picture back at the 40-yard line. There he is. A gain of 10, and the injured player is Marquise Blunt as they tend to him. 1st and 10 upcoming for Army when we resume. So a couple of big 3rd down conversions on this drive for Army here.
Yeah, and you'll see what happened with Blunt. Comes in. Tough to tell.
Clipped down low on the leg?
Yeah, he got clipped on the left leg a little bit as he came in and delivered the blow. Looks to be okay jogging off like that.
Yep.
You know, the bad news for Army is they put themselves in a couple of 3rd and long situations on this drive. The good news is they've been able to use the passing game to convert both times. They got to get points here. I mean, you have 2 3rd and longs like that where you throw for first downs. That doesn't happen for Army very often. They got to convert this to points.
Army with 90 total yards to this point. Human wrecking ball, Jacoby Buchanan. Ross, here's something for you. We're going to do more on this as we go along in our games here at Army. But Jacoby Buchanan, when he was in high school, weighed 280 pounds and played lacrosse.
That's probably some fun video to watch.
I can't wait to see that. Here he is again. They fake to him and to the outside in the hands of Murphy. And Brahim Murphy gets inside of the 30 to move the chains again. So a good speedy play there from Murphy.
Second time we've seen the true freshman Tyrell Robinson get a key ball. Left 21. Motion that way. Nope. I'm coming back. Left side of your screen. He's going to seal the corner. Tyrell Robinson gets a good seal there so that Murphy can pick up the yardage.
Good stuff. Gain of 10. Jamel Jones got Donaldson again and makes the catch. And he's got it. So Donaldson, they couldn't connect earlier. And Army with a strike through the air of 29 yards is on the board.
This Army passing attack. Donaldson left side of your screen. He just runs right down the field. That's a 9 route straight down the field, and the Citadel was late in coverage there. Beverly had to come over. He was the safety to the right side. That was either a dropped coverage or Beverly was late to the party.
So 2 straight weeks here, and Army with a passing touchdown, both courtesy of Jamel Jones. Landon Salyers is true, the first touchdown catch in the career of Rican Donaldson. And a pretty one at that, 29-yard connection. Great to have you with us here today. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by the Home Depot. inside of 3 to play in the first half. A low-scoring defensive game here. Army on top 7-3. Regan Donaldson, his first career touchdown catch, 29 yards, capped a 9-play, 79-yard drive. Took a little more than 4 minutes. Army with a couple of big third down conversions, too, on the drive rush.
Watch both safeties and watch Donaldson in the slot. Both safeties are going to come all the way over here. That's asking a lot. Looks to me like it's some type of man coverage. Thomas Faulkner takes Robinson in the flat. Beverly way late to try to get Donaldson, but that's asking a lot. I don't know if they're trying to disguise it that much and make it look like it was covered too, Ben.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be two deep safeties like that and ask Thomas Faulkner to get Tyrell Robinson out of the backfield and Beverly to make the play on the slot receiver to the left, boy, I think you're putting those guys in a bad position.
Yeah, I'm with you. They're going to bring this one out of the end zone. Are the Bulldogs. And good job to stay on his feet. Still going. Good effort on that return right there by Jalen Adams. The Citadel will start from there as we wind down in the second quarter. And coming up on the Verizon halftime report, Brent Stover, Houston Nutt, Randy Cross, and Kevin Carter will get you caught up with all the latest scores and news around college football. They'll also preview number 14, Tennessee, and number 3, Georgia, coming up at 3:30 Eastern over on CBS. That's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report.
How great is college football?
I love it.
This is amazing. I mean, by the way, this is the most beautiful place you can ever watch a football game ever.
Not even close.
I lied to the viewers last week. I said last week was a perfect day. I was wrong. Today's better. Today's better. I was wrong.
That's not a lie. Here's Rainey in the final 3 of this first half. And entertaining. He dropped that one right in the bucket. Right into the hands of his favorite target. And one of the greatest ever play at the Citadel, the wide receiver spot, Wally Webb. On first down, they take a shot inside of the 30 to the 29-yard line. Ross, a 50-yard play.
He's their deep threat, and who knew the Citadel and Army would be dropping bombs all over the place throwing the ball. I mean, we've already had more big plays in the passing game than I thought we'd have all game.
It's 2020, that's all I can say. Here's Rainey looking down the middle, the outside, and it's intercepted. Got turned around to the receiver, and it is picked off, and Army gets it back out close to the 30. Cameron Jones comes up with a pick. Rainey's second of the day. So costly after a 50-yard play.
Watch the right side of your screen. As good as the prior throw was by Rainey, that's how bad this one was.
Yeah.
I mean, he throws it right to Cunningham. He needs to throw it over McCarthy's left shoulder. Throws over McCarthy's left shoulder, it's a touchdown. Instead, it's a pick.
Well, these quarterbacks have been firing the cannon like that one up top at Fort Putnam off to our left. Wild and entertaining game, 7-3 here so far. And coming up tonight at 6 Eastern, we return with more college football action. It's a matchup in the American between Temple and Navy. Navy back home. The brigade of cadets will be there. Temple is playing its first game of the season. Think about that in comparison to the Citadel. If you're just joining us, their 4th game. This is their final game of the 2020 calendar year. Jones back to the air. And incomplete on first down. So Army with 3 timeouts, 2:05 left in the half, on top by 4.
Big time missed opportunity there by the Citadel on that last drive. I mean, after the beautiful throw to Webb, I know Rainey's still kicking himself for the throw to McCarthy, but they should have had another touchdown there. Army has thrown the ball well. They're feeling confident, feeling frisky coming out of the shotgun here.
Frisky. Last drive, they had 3 first downs passing. They had 9 combined that way in the first 4 games of the season. This now game 5 for the Black Knights. So good job getting to the ball carrier there. That is Marquise Blunt. So we're going to take a quick timeout here with 1:58 to play in the half. Brandon Rainey, quarterback for the Citadel. 50-yard play to start their last drive, and then he was intercepted by Cameron Jones, who took it back 27 yards. And right after that big play, Jones back to the air, and he's intercepted. taken away by Andy Davis, a sophomore out of Canton, Georgia. So the Citadel now, they've got 2 timeouts left and a $1:53 in the half.
Davis is Britton Jr.'s backup, and he was in man-to-man coverage to the slot. Let's make sure he caught this. He jumps the route. See it one more time on this angle. Ooh, I don't know about that one. This is probably one they're going to take a look at.
No doubt.
He had it in his hands, but I'm not sure he had control of it before the ground helped him get control.
Right.
Now, if you're the Citadel, they better get this play off quick, and they didn't.
No, they didn't, and it's going to go upstairs.
The ruling on the field is an interception by the Citadel. The play is under further review.
So Larry Saunders, our referee, going to let this one be determined by Thomas Considine, our replay official today, Ross.
And so remember, Ben, the ground, the ball can touch the ground.
Right.
But it can't be part of the reason why you catch it. You have to have control of it before it touches the ground. This is a tough one.
It is.
Because from that angle right there, it looked like maybe he did have control over it. This is a tough angle.
It is.
To really see.
When we just saw the angle from the other end zone coming at us is the best one, best look we have right here.
Okay, it's in his left hand, his right hand.
Yep. That left hand guiding the ball, but as you said, it's about, did he have control of it?
Yeah, I'm not sure he has control of it. I think the ground helps him get control of it. This is as close as it gets.
Sure is.
You know my philosophy when it's like this, Ben, is don't overturn it then.
Right.
You know, if it's debatable whether or not he has control of it without the aid of the ground or before it touches the ground.
Yep. Blow it up here a little bit and see if that helps.
Then I would say don't overturn it.
Well, they have modified the instant replay system this year. If the official handling that cannot make a decision within 2 minutes, then it does, as you just said, Ross, it does stand.
I would be fine if they went either way with
I
this
would too.
one. And if that's the case, they probably shouldn't overturn it, but we'll see.
Here's the word.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Yep. They must have been going through exactly what us and everyone else watching probably was.
Yeah, if you're not sure, keep it on the field. That's a huge, huge play.
Sure is.
By Davis. I mean, a backup linebacker to undercut a slant like that. And the Citadel has 2 timeouts,
yep.
A minute 53, so they really have plenty of time, even though they're not exactly a quick strike offense.
On the Army 41-yard line. Rainey going to keep it. Slipped away there from the first would-be tackler on the end there, Amadeo West, and he picked up a little over 2 yards. Clock continues to move, 100 seconds and counting. As Ross said, 2 timeouts for the Citadel.
They're not huddling, but they're not exactly in a hurry either. I think they've made the decision. They want to make sure at a minimum Army does not have another chance to get the ball and put more points on the board. Worst case scenario right now for the Citadel, they're down 4 at halftime.
Yep. Under 80 seconds remaining in the half. Sessions, he's the motion man. Rainey, look out, Malcolm Morrison got in there and made the play off the edge. Nate Woody likes to bring people from all over the place, and Malcolm Morrison right there in the face of Brandon Rainey.
He plays the Apache position. Right side of your screen, you're going to see number 2. Looks like he's shot out of a cannon. Watch number 2 come flying. There's nobody there for him.
Nope.
You know, the left guard's supposed to try to get him when he gets out there, Jonathan Toole, but Morrison read that. That's just good film study. He knew it was going to be a bootleg. He was all over it.
The Citadel 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Clock continues to move. 35 seconds left. They've got 2 timeouts. Rainey, pressure coming far side. Rainey taking a shot down the far sideline. Flag comes in. And back there in coverage, it was 22 on 22. That's Cunningham. He's going to be guilty of PI, I believe, against. No, they're calling it on the Citadel.
Pass interference, defense number 23, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
My apologies. It was on Cunningham.
Well, he got the wrong number there. It's number 22, Cedric Cunningham. Watch, Webb tries to fight back for the ball. Cunningham's hugging him up, not looking for the ball. That is an easy call right there. Good job by Webb to more or less draw the penalty. Still 2 timeouts for the Citadel.
2 timeouts, 25 seconds left in the half. Clock continues to move. That one thrown away into the end of the bench area. Clock stop with 23 ticks remaining.
So there's a real opportunity for the Citadel here because pressure here, and they want to try to knock them out of field goal range. They want to try to get a negative play, a sack of Rainey to try to get outside of the field goal range of the true freshman Kintner. So I think that there's a pretty good chance Army brings pressure again here, which should mean man-to-man and an opportunity for the Citadel.
Kintner's career long is 45, came against South Florida. Big pickup here, that'll help. There's another penalty flag as Cooper Wallace took it there. We'll check the penalty flag first. It was down near the 20-yard line with 17 seconds remaining in the half.
Holding offense number 22, 10-yard penalty, second down.
So that's on Raleigh Webb.
It is a devastating penalty. As a senior, you should know better. Left side of your screen, Webb is hugging up Radigan right there, pulling him in towards him, and that's clearly a hold. It's a good call. I love that Webb wants to be physical, wants to take guys to the ground, but that really hurts his team. That could be the difference between getting 3 points or not, or really even getting the chance to get 3 points or not.
So if they don't gain anything from here, Ross, you're looking at a 50-yarder is what you're looking at.
That's outside the range of what head coach Brent Thompson told us, but in an end-of-half situation, he might give it a shot. 17 seconds, still 2 timeouts.
And he is going into the wind. It's coming out of the south, the direction the Citadel is moving. Here's Wallace, toss left side. Lowry makes the tackle. The clock continues to move. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. There's Brent Thompson keeping an eye on said clock. And there's the timeout with 2 seconds remaining. So Kintner made the previous field goal from 39. That was with the wind at the end of the first quarter, though.
I'm a little surprised that Brent Thompson didn't call a timeout right at the end of that play. I mean, there would have been about 10 seconds left, and he still has another timeout in his pocket, and it would only have been 3rd down. So he would have had another play, maybe a quick out, you know, to try to get closer for Kintner, even take a shot in the end zone. If Thompson had called timeout right away at the end of that play, that's a little surprising to me.
Now Kintner had missed his last 3 field goals coming into the game. This one will be a 47-yard attempt. Campbell will hold. Would be a career long for him. Kick on the way for Kintner, and Kintner off the upright, and no good. Hit the right upright and no good. So it's 7-3. The Citadel will get the ball to begin the third. They won and deferred. They went onside to start the game. Ross, a really entertaining half a play. I know 10 points may not indicate that, but this game had a little bit of everything, including this.
Look at that. Look how close it was to bouncing in. You know, I mean, it was on the inside of the upright there, but not quite inside enough. And you can see he thought he was going to get the roll there, if you will, the bounce. That's how close this can be sometimes.
Yep. Entertaining first half of play. That is the end of the first half with the score. Army on top, 7-3 over the Citadel. A little bit of everything in this first half. The guys in New York will keep you entertained at the half. You're watching college football right here on CBS Sports Network, proudly presented by the Home Depot. Just about set to begin the third quarter. Want to remind you, college football right here on CBS Sports Network is presented proudly by the Home Depot. The Citadel will get the football to begin the third quarter. Just 10 points in that first half of play as we welcome you upstairs to our broadcast position. Ross Tucker, Ben Holden, Tina Servasio on the field. We'll get to Tina in a minute. What a half, man. That first half, it didn't have a lot of points, but it had a lot of everything else.
Wild, highly competitive. I mean, you think about some of the things we saw right from the opening kick, one of the most beautiful onside kicks I've ever seen. Unfortunately for the Citadel, Brandon Rainey threw that pick to Marquell Broughton. Army's big play was a touchdown pass to Donaldson, and the Citadel had a chance right at the end of the half to get the margin a little bit closer, but Kintner's field goal one off the upright.
Yeah, they made one at the end of the first quarter, missed one at the end of the second. It's our first half stats brought to us by Your Exchange here today. And you see the red, and what else grabs your eyes from all the numbers?
Well, I mean, how often do you see Army having less rushing yards than their opponent?
Never.
How about never? I mean, it's actually an eerily similar first half. Both teams struggled to run. They had some success throwing the ball. They had some turnovers, some mistakes. Pretty even matchup so far.
There was Adams under it at the 10. Jalen Adams took a shot at the 25. And let's get down to Tina, as I mentioned. Tina, what are the updates?
Well, Jeff Monken is not pleased with his offense. He called it inept. He said, look, we have 57 yards rushing. That's not the option. I also asked him if he was going to stick with the passing game. He said, well, we had 4 situations where there was a receiver wide open. You got to get the ball to those players. As far as the Citadel's Brent Thompson, overall pleased with the way the defense is handling the run. He says they got caught a couple times on the play action, so watch them put a little more pressure on the quarterback. As far as that onside kick, Thompson said, we're just trying to create possessions. It's 2 academies playing the option. You don't get a lot of possessions. I wanted an extra one.
Yeah, that's what you have to do when you're facing a triple option attack. And now to start the third quarter, Jalen Adams is under center. Marquell Broughton there, number 20, the first to greet him as he's dropped. Returns kicks for them, does a lot of different things, and he's in the football game right now. His first snaps of the season at quarterback, Ross, were against, of all teams, Clemson.
Adams, a redshirt sophomore, is a little faster than Brandon Rainey. You can see it right there on that play. Rainey did have a couple of really bad interceptions for the Citadel. We'll see if this is permanent or just for this series as a changeup.
In that game at Clemson, rushed 12 times for 50 yards, had a long run of 17. So here's Adams again, finding seams, and Jalen Adams off to a pretty good start here. A couple of nice runs to move the chains for the Citadel.
Quarterback zone to the right. You see Army used that play a lot. Watch, they get a lead block from number 8, Sessions, right there. A lot of space, a lot of room right there. What a great start for the Citadel. The blocking unit getting the job done on the first couple plays.
Redshirt sophomore is Adams out of Johnson City, Tennessee. Put up big numbers all-purpose wise in his high school career. Not much here. Going to give him a yard with progress. Army saying they've got the football.
Forward progress was stopped.
Yep, that's what I thought as well. Second and 9 coming up.
And if they say forward progress is stopped, you can't review it anyway. It's not about whether or not his knee was down. It was the forward progress was stopped.
So the Citadel in the first half, they put up 123 yards. 73 on the ground, 50 through the air. And a big pass that Rainey had. Nice job there on the edge. Eric Smith coming over to make the play there. First half possessions. You see what the Citadel did on their opportunities with the football.
Not real pretty there, and those interceptions were costly because both times it looked like they had an opportunity to get points on those possessions. Now 3rd and long, and they still have Adams out there, so we might get a chance to see him throw it for the first time in this game.
They were 1 of 5 in the first half. On 3rd down. From the gun, faked it, tucks it now. Adams doing his thing with a fancy feet, but he's going to come up short to the 44-yard line. He needed the 42, so 4th and 2. You're 4th and 2 here, and one would think they would go.
I believe they'll go, but that's a mistake by Adams. He had it. I mean, he could have gotten the first down. That last little stutter step and sidestep, if he just dives for the first down, I think he would have gotten it. Adams did not know where the sticks were. I believe 4th and short here. Absolutely the right decision to go for it. Unbalanced line to the right. Army did not adjust.
Calling it 4th and a yard and a half. They're loaded up to the right side. Adams goes that way, and Adams has got it. He took on Cunningham, put his head right into him, and he's got the first down to the 37-yard line.
Two things to look at here. First, you got an extra tackle over here for the blocking formation, and watch Nwanze on the lead block. It's quarterback zone to the right. They got the extra tackle, good block there, and then Nwanze gets a heck of a block on Marquell Broughton.
Big time block. 5 carries, 37 yards on this drive for Jalen Adams. Adams gets back in. Radigan, 47 in there, involved in the stop. Along with Eric Smith in there. And that is Jabari Moore. Key part of that secondary. Missed the first 2 games, was suspended. Came back in that Cincinnati game, had a 41-yard fumble return, and they're going to tend to him. We're going to take a timeout as well. Early here in the third, 7-3 Army with 10:51 to go in the quarter.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. By ServPro's Proactive Cleaning Program. Certified ServPro Clean. A higher standard of clean for your business. And by The Exchange. Welcoming home veterans to their exchange shopping benefits.
Bear Mountain Bridge about 10 minutes away from post here at West Point. The color's starting to turn up here. And here's Jabari Moore walking off under his own power. A good sign for Army. He'll come out of the game, and we get back to it here in the Citadel. 7 plays now, 8 on this drive. Their longest drive, and that play going nowhere. Amadeo West in there. Jeremiah Lowry in there. Morrison, 3rd and 8 now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I mean, it's an unblocked defender right here. Nobody touches him, and he just comes in and makes the tackle. Watch this. Totally unblocked, boom.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to make that tackle every time. That's a mental error by somebody for the Citadel, and now it's 3rd and long as opposed to 3rd and medium, but this still should be 4-down territory depending on what happens here on 3rd.
And 1 of 6 are the Bulldogs of the Citadel on 3rd down. And the dive, and yep, they're going to need about 4 here, Ross, as they handed it off there to Amike Nwanze.
Looks like they're going to kick a field goal. 4th and 3, maybe 3.5 is a little bit too much, and they've seen for sure that Kintner has the leg to be able to make these kicks. He's 1 for 2, but he's got plenty of leg.
Saw Brandon Rainey, number 16, first guy out to greet Jalen Adams. So a 47-yard attempt. This would be a turn long, and it's blocked. It's blocked. Somebody got a hand up on the front, and it is blocked. So the Citadel has left 6 points on the field. They missed one off the upright at the end of the second quarter, and this one was blocked. Andre Carter was involved in the play. You saw him jumping around. And the Black Knights come up with a huge play on the special teams, getting a hand on this to keep it a 7-3 game here in the third. Take a look at our ServPro first responder. How's this for a response, Ross? Andre Carter.
Andre Carter right there. He's going to find a way to knife in there between the long snapper and the tackle and get up and get it. Although that was a low kick by Kintner. I think there was another. Watch 94. I think 94 Nick Stokes would have got it if Carter didn't.
Yeah. Great play by the sophomore out of Missouri City, Texas. Didn't play at all last year. And frustrating for Thompson and his offense. That was a 10-play drive. Hands down, as Robinson carries here. Hands down, their best drive of the day, and they come up empty. And Army starts things with their best field position of the day, Ross.
Well, it's kind of a double whammy, right? Because you don't go for it on 4th and 3 because you want to try to get it to a 1-point game. So if you have a field goal attempt later, you can take the lead. But when he gets blocked like that, you also gave Army terrific field position.
Yeah, you did. Now at the 45 after the gain of 7 by Tyrell Robinson. Murphy and the pitch. Could not, and almost got away. Could not get away. Good job reading that play out there. Sean Thomas Faulkner, but it's a first down run as a result.
Watch Sean Thomas Faulkner right here. He's going to read this very well. He's got the pitch gut. Nice job up front. Right there. Good job in the open field. Now, credit Murphy for kind of wrestling around to get the first down, but there was a lot of space there for Faulkner. That's not easy.
Trying to strip the ball there, but could not get it out. Couple there on the run. Anthony Atkins, who a week ago had 2 touchdowns. The final one he had was basically the epitome of Army football. Broke a tackle, spun away from a couple guys, and 350 per game on the ground. Thus far, 67 in the game on the ground for Army.
Part of it's because they're going against a team that's very familiar with the triple option, but it really doesn't bode well for Army considering some of their future opponents this season.
Yeah, you're right. Citadel comes in here and they are flexing their muscle. There's some muscle right there on the run. Jacoby Buchanan moving the chains here for Army.
Army's going right on the football. Sometimes when they get a first down and they think they got you on the ropes a little bit, they're going to go. Terrific double team by Mike Johnson, their best fullback dive of the day.
Gain of 8 on that one. Not so much here. They're going to get a yard, a little over a yard. Buchanan. Armed Forces Football proudly sponsored today by USAA. A little more than halfway through the quarter. Cannon comes out. Cade Bernard comes in at the B-back, the fullback spot. Sandon McCoy there on the sideline. A no-go today. Christian Anderson a no-go as well. Jamel Jones under center, his first career start. Bernard on the carry to the 38. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6, maybe a long 6. They're going to call it 7, Ross.
It really starts with the B-back for Army, the fullback, Bernard, Buchanan. When they're only getting a yard, yard and a half, maybe 2, it pretty much ruins everything because that's the core of what they're trying to do, and it creates these 3rd and longs. Now, they don't have to throw it here, Ben, because this could be 4-down territory, so they could run if they want.
On the ground, up the middle, Tyrell Robinson, and well, they're going to have a 4th and 2 coming up here. As a nice tackle was made to slow up the speedy Tyrell Robinson.
Well, earlier when it was 4th and 3, they went for it when I didn't think that they should. Now it's 4th and 2. I do think they should go for it here. It would be about a 50-yard field goal. Wouldn't be surprised if Jamel Jones tries to get on the edge.
Second 4th down conversion attempt of the day. That other one, Ross mentioned they're stopped on. Jones has it. And Jones breaks the tackle. And he's inside of the 30. They're going to spot him down at the 27. And the march continues for Army as they convert after a 6-yard run.
5'10", 210. He's built like guys like Kelvin Hopkins. He'll come down the line. A couple Citadel defenders. There's an arm tackle there, but not enough. All they were able to do was stick out their arm. That's not going to be enough to take down Jones. He is way too powerful in his lower body.
Well, an injured player from the Citadel, it's Brian Horn, one of their linebackers, a junior, stretching him out. We're going to step aside with 5:19 left in the quarter. Just 63 days to go in the countdown to America's game, the Army-Navy game presented by USAA on CBS Sports. So there is Brian Horn able to walk off back on the sideline for the Citadel. This will be the 9th play coming up on this drive. Brent Davis has went back to what's worked in the lab for him more than anything. 8 plays, all rushes so far on the drive, Ross.
Starting to wear down the Citadel a little bit, especially when Jones gets it on the edge or Tyrell Robinson, who's not in the game right now.
Drive started at the Army 38-yard line. Jones trying to slip outside. Good pickup, still going. And he's worked his way all the way down the sideline and picked up a first down. Nice feet there by Jamel Jones.
You almost wonder if the Citadel defenders are getting tired because watch how many tackles he's breaking. Arm tackles. What a terrific job by J.B. Hunter and these Army blockers to stay on the blocks. You know, just staying on it like that, Ben, it makes it so hard for them to make the tackle. Just be a gnat. Just stay on them.
Buchanan right up the gut. Picks up a couple. Army is back inside of the red zone, and today it's brought to you by Verizon. Particulars on Army this season. Their first time into the red zone today. You're just joining us, you're looking at the screen, it's 7-3. People might be wondering what's going on. This has been a heck of a defensive game with a lot of big plays in it. Buchanan lined up behind Jones. Jones keeps it, stretches, and nearly to the 10-yard line. Third down coming up inside of 4 to go here in the quarter.
That was a quarterback follow, Ben. Can you imagine if you had given it to Buchanan?
Oh.
Watch Buchanan right here. Quarterback follow, which means you fake it to the fullback and then you take it. But if he gave it to Buchanan, Buchanan was looking for somebody to hit.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
There was. He's a big man at 260, but we've seen he's got a lot of speed in that 260-pound body of his. Jones with the football. Shy of the 5-yard line.
4th and inches right on the football. You know, last year they did a lot of quarterback sneaks on this. Let's see how close Bernard gets to him.
Gave it to Bernard there, and he's got the first down to set up 1st and goal as they convert to the 5-yard line.
You know, it's interesting. Last year, that was almost automatic quarterback sneak with Kelvin Hopkins. This year, it's been almost automatic fullback dive as Cade Bernard is kind of gimpy coming off, so they're going to have to bring in Jacoby Buchanan.
Yep, you saw him go right by Jeff Monken. There he is. Good look at him on the sideline. Buchanan, the wrecking ball, is back in there. 1st and goal for Army. They're knocking on the door. Coming up on the 14th play of this drive. There it is. Jones, touchdown! Jamel Jones takes it in and caps off a 14-play drive on a 5-yard touchdown. He had a couple last week, and the young man making his first career start sends the Cannons.
Now that is more like it. They ran it to the short side, and they got awesome blocks by Jacoby Buchanan, the fullback, as well as the wingback and tight end Chris Cameron to that side.
Salyers trying to make it an 11-point game, and he does just that. With 2:25 left in the 3rd quarter, vintage.
On 38 Aggies, guys.
Thanks, Brent. 2020, right? Anything's possible. 14 plays, 62 yards, 7:03. Vintage Army right there by their play caller and offensive coordinator, Brent Davis.
Yeah, that's more like it for the Army Black Knights, and that's exactly what they needed when they needed it. And the way their defense is playing, it's going to be a big challenge for the Citadel to get 11 points here.
Yep. 2 touchdowns a week ago for Jones when he came in a relief role for Christian Anderson. He was hurt in the 1st quarter. And here's his 5-yarder today, his 3rd in the last 2 games, Ross.
If you want to run the quarterback, Ben, you got to get to the linebackers. Watch the chip block up by Johnson and the fullback. That's how they're going to get both linebackers. Johnson chips, cuts down Eubanks. Buchanan blows up Anthony Britton. and Jones gets into the end zone pretty easily. Usually those linebackers scrape over the top and are able to make the play on the quarterback. Army, terrific job at the second level there.
I saw what you did there. Buchanan blows up.
Honestly, that was unintentional. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not that creative.
You've coined the phrase when he scores, the Buchanans go off. Here's Jalen Adams back on the Citadel, trying to get a drive together. Had a nice drive last time, their longest of the day, 10 plays, and they came up empty. More than 2 to play here in the third quarter.
This is when it's an issue for the Citadel, right? I know it's still 17 minutes left in the game, but they're not really a quick strike, big play offense typically, and I don't even know how much they want to throw it with Jalen Adams in the game.
Oh, he looked pretty good running the football. He came out, started the quarter for this team at the quarterback spot, pitch, and that is going nowhere but backwards. Malcolm Morrison was standing there waiting. And he gets a hand up from Caleb John there. Third down coming up as Cooper Wallace got blown up on a big loss there, a loss of 4.
Really nice job there by Broughton being outside in. And all that means is take an angle so you can tackle him with your right shoulder so Wallace knows he can't go outside, had to go inside. Third and long. We'll get a chance to see Adams throw it here probably.
They're 1 of 7 on third down. Instead the pitch into the hands of Wallace. Good block on the outside. Wallace is close, but I don't think he got there. Radigan and Cunningham were in the neighborhood. What do you think, Ross? Where are they spotting him out?
He did not get a favorable spot there at all. I thought he was much closer. Great cut block. Watch his feet.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that left foot stepped out. That changes things. I really thought he was about a half or a yard short and that Brent Thompson would elect to go for it, but he's not going to go for it on 4th and 4 from his own 31.
So we'll bring on Matt Campbell, who's boomed a few here today. 3 punts, averaging 46 a punt, 2 inside of the 20. In fact, 1 inside of the 10 and 1 inside of the 2. Here's Tyrell Robinson from the 25. Shaking and baking is Robinson. Down to about the 35-yard line. Got 21 seconds left in the quarter. Let's take a look at our Mercedes-Benz player profile. And love when it works out this way. He's had an interception today, but Markel Broughton has been outstanding this year for Army in that secondary.
Really enjoyed talking with him yesterday. You know, he would have had some bigger offers, but he got hurt his senior year of high school, wasn't able to play. Said he learned a lot from that, really credited the safeties coach and co-defensive coordinator Greg Gasparotto for getting him so prepared each week that enables him to make all these plays he's been out there making.
He's an outstanding wrestler in high school as they help up. Remember that secondary. Chris Beverly trots off and appears to be okay. They'll check him on the sideline, and Army will have the ball back here with 21 seconds left in the quarter. Leading by 11. You said it earlier, Ross. It seems like Army's wearing them down. 14 plays. I mean, that's got to wear on you.
You would think so. This is the most physical team Citadel's gone against. Just the way Army comes off the ball, and they just keep pounding. And last drive, they broke through.
57 on the ground in the first half. Here's Tyrell Robinson, and they are not fooled. Robinson is not easy to tackle, and that is an outstanding play made by Sean Thomas Faulkner.
Army trying some different ways to get Tyrell Robinson the ball, and the Citadel's having nothing of it. They know that Army wants to get the ball at number 21.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Head to the other end of the field. 2 military academies on display here today. What's been a very competitive game. Fourth quarter coming your way here from the banks of the Hudson. Army trying to go 4-1 and make it 6 straight here at home. They're on top, 14-3. This is an awesome Where Are They Now, Ross? It's brought to us by Ram Trucks. Today we honor Colonel Peter T. Russell, a 1942 graduate of West Point. He was planning on being at West Point this weekend to celebrate his birthday, watching Army take on your alma mater, Princeton. But as with everything else, coronavirus changed his plans. Russell, who lives in Washington, D.C., took a trip to visit his son in New Mexico in February. And the virus, well, it kept him where he's at. So, Colonel Russell, we all thank you for your service and wish you a happy 101st birthday tomorrow. He's the only living member of his graduating class from here at West Point. That is pretty awesome. Happy birthday, Colonel. Here's Jones and Sean Thomas Faulkner with another tackle there as we begin the fourth. Also want to mention here, our director, Matt Plundo, his cousin John was in the West Point class of 2005, 8.5 years of service as a field artillery captain. He has toured in both Iraq and Afghanistan. He now resides in El Paso, Texas. He's recovering from the coronavirus. John, thank you for your service, and we wish you the best of a speedy recovery, my friend.
Well said, Ben.
Thank you. So the fourth underway here. Army on top by 11. And in the third quarter, they had a 14-play drive that it certainly changed the feel of this game, Ross.
It really did, and that's a nice play there by the Citadel, Anthony Britton Jr. To create this fourth down. If Army had gotten a little bit more yards on that, I think they would have gone for it. Some of the offensive linemen are frustrated. This is the right decision. We already know that Monken doesn't really make many of the decisions. It's really their analytics here, but they didn't want to take a chance. You're up by 11 points. Defense is playing well. This is a smart move.
Yep. Harding on to punt, averaging 46 per. Came in 6th in the country. Good looking punt here at 47. Can he pin him? And Murphy tried to get it, but just could not get it over the goal line before he crossed said goal line. And it's a 58-yard punt there from Harding. 13.5 to go in the fourth. Army on top over the Citadel, 14-3. 13.5 remaining in this one. Army trying to go to 4-1 on the season and win what would be their 6th in a row here at home. Time now to see who's doing the dirty work in today's game, brought to us by Coyote.
It's been the safeties for Army.
Yeah.
Marquell Broughton got one interception. Cedric Cunningham got the other. They've been all over the place, making tackles all over the field. They're the ones doing the dirty work.
There was a lot of dirty work, and I mean that in a good way, certainly, by both teams in the first half. I mean, what a battle we had, and it's Army had that long drive, as we've touched on. It's changed the feel of this game. The Citadel's got it back now, though, with plenty of time. Start here from their own 20. Brandon Rainey, their starter, has not played here in this second half. Jalen Adams is in there, and he came out with a great start to the third quarter, but they came up empty. He remains in there. Tuesday, 9 Eastern, We Need to Talk catches up with the president-elect of the Women's Sports Foundation, Phaedra Knight, plus an exclusive interview with ballerina Misty Copeland. It's all right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And Ross, the point guard, that whole outfit is down on the field right now. Tina.
I like the basketball analogy, Ben. So if I'm the point, then Katrina Adams is my 2 guard. We'll be in studio. Summer Sanders as well as Amy Trask. They will be socially distanced at their homes. And I'll tell you what, guys, I cannot wait for Trask talk, because Amy's going to go in on the NFL, and I have a feeling she's going to talk about some of these teams that have not been abiding by those COVID protocols. Plus, we're going to be talking plenty of college football with Aaron Taylor, and you know I'm going to bring up Army to Aaron Taylor. He called the Air Force-Navy game a couple of weeks ago, so the Commander-in-Chief's trophy will be a topic Tuesday night.
Yeah, well, remember we were talking yesterday, and you threw that phrase out. I said, I'm going to keep that for tomorrow. So it's all a credit to you, Tina. You all do a great job on that show.
Thank you.
Welcome. Third down here. Citadel 1 of 8 on third. Fake the toss. Adams looking for an open receiver. Takes the chance downfield and nearly caught. There's a flag. McDuffie was on the coverage there against Ryan McCarthy. There's a flag in the backfield, too.
There's 3 flags out there.
2, yeah. There's 3 altogether. Mary Saunders will give us the ruling here. First penalty of the
There
half.
are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense number 32. Pass interference, defense number 3. The penalty's offset. 3rd down.
So an old-fashioned do-over, I suppose.
You know, Adams had plenty of room to run there.
Yeah.
I am really surprised that he didn't just tuck it away. Watch when he gets on the perimeter here. He's going to get on the edge. They steal the edge. Nice cut block there. I mean, he could have run for the first down.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he did throw a back shoulder throw to McCarthy and get the pass interference penalty, but he could have run for it.
Yep. Good on that. 3rd and 8. Adams stands in now. He's flush. He's got a ton of room. He's got the first down and a whole lot more. Just shy of his own 45-yard line. They'll move the chains. Jalen Adams has been impressive with his feet.
It's been one of their best plays. He really only does one read. You'll see him drop back. Nope, I don't like it. I see space. I'm going. And he had Sessions in front of him to help him get even more yards. Earlier, they had a designed quarterback draw. That wasn't designed, but it was smart by Adams to see the seam and take it.
Gain of 22. 9 for 64 for him. And 12 rushes for 50 yards in the second half of the game at Clemson. Adams broke one tackle. Broughton will come in and finish him off. Good pickup. They're going to give him 5 on the carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Adams is not real eager to pitch the football.
He's not.
There's been a couple opportunities where he could have pitched it, and I think he said, I don't know how many opportunities I'm going to get.
Right.
I'm getting a chance to show I can be the quarterback. I'm going to tuck it and get the yards myself.
Well, the whole year's been odd, and to say this is odd, this is the last game that the Citadel will play in 2020. They could still play in the spring. And the SoCon, the Southern Conference, would be 8 games if they go that route. And they came out today like it was their last. Amadeo West on the back of Jalen Adams. It's going to be a loss of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. 3rd down coming up.
What a luxury it is to have a DN that's this athletic. Watch Amadeo West here. He's got the quarterback, and he is all over it. Right there. And there was nobody to pitch the ball to. I'm not sure if Cooper Wallace went the wrong way or what. I think he went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because Adams got up looking like, Cooper, where were you? Because they had something on the edge there if Cooper Wallace had kept coming that way. He was trying to option off of Amadeo West, but there's nowhere to go.
3rd and 6 here. Adams wants to throw. Does. Got a man wide open. The aforementioned Cooper Wallace wrapped up and dropped by Marquell Broughton, but it's a first down for the Citadel.
Boy, they needed that.
They did.
Nice little easy crossing route. Wallace is typically the wing back, but he does a good job out of the backfield. Coaches told us he likes to try to just run people over.
My kind of guy when it comes to football.
That's how I was the one year I played fullback in 7th grade. I also had no moves whatsoever.
I got to hear more about this. First completion in the career for Jalen Adams there on that throw. Now he's looking to make it 2 in a row. And this one well out of the reach of the intended target down there. I believe it was Raleigh Webb. Caleb John on the coverage. 2nd down coming up.
The Citadel tried to take a shot. You'll see some pressure up front. A good job there by Durant, 94, working against the center, Hayden Haas. They've got some nice depth up front. Durant is a junior, 6'5", 270. Getting his first, actually, I beg your pardon, that was Nick Stokes, 6'5", 300, the senior. That's a big nose tackle, 6'5", 300. Stokes in there getting some pressure.
Talk about a football name, the center, Haas. Here's a pitch to Wallace. Radigan in pursuit. Tripped up, though, before Radigan could get to him. Here's a look at John Radigan.
Just such a nice job by Army. You'll see Radigan, 47. He's going to see what's happening and watch him go outside. He sees it right there. Did you see the slot back who fell, stick up his left leg there?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be, the receiver to that side was supposed to have the crack block on Radigan. They might have had something there, but he tripped.
So 3rd and 10 here. This will be the 8th play of the drive, Ross.
This is clearly 4 down territory. You got to think, so they don't have to throw it here. They still probably will, but they don't have to.
Adams turns, swings it out, and nicely caught with one hand. Radigan with a nice tackle there. Nice hands there by Derek Hampton, so it brings up, you said, the 4th down situation, 4 down territory as Brent Thompson. They're going to go for it here, looks like.
Radigan is really good in the passing game.
Sure is.
I mean, you notice that he had the interception against Middle Tennessee State, but he does such a good job of reading where the quarterback's eyes are and making those tackles in the open field.
4th and 5. Second attempt on it. The Citadel 1 for 1.
Army showing pressure.
Adams turns, fires right near the stick, and he's got it. Based on the spot I'm seeing, Raleigh Webb with a catch. Yep, and move the chains, so the drive continues here for the Citadel. 7:35 to go in the 4th.
Adams done a really nice job. Let's take a look again. It's just a quick comeback route, top of your screen, comes back for it, catches it at about the 31-yard line. So I think that he got a good spot there. I think it's the right spot. Caught it right there. Yeah, that was a first down.
Yep.
I think, you know what? I think Jeff Monken's going to challenge it, though, which is one reason why I thought the Citadel should get on the ball.
Yeah, second time that's happened to him today. They haven't been able to get a snap off before. Looked like something was going to review.
On the field is the runner made the line to gain. The play is under further review.
So they send it upstairs to Thomas Considine, our replay official here today at Michie Stadium. Let's look back.
Well, this will be the best angle because it's almost right down the line. So he catches it right there. I think he got it. I would be surprised if they overturn it.
I would too.
Because he catches it right there. He's about the 31.5.
Yep.
And then he falls back towards it, but you get your forward progress. You get where you catch the football.
And there's the spot. You see it there on the sideline by the side judge there.
Has it right there before he's at the 32.
Yep.
Definitely has the catch before he's at 32, and John's already touching him. It was close enough, though, that I was thinking the Citadel Ben would snap it right away to not let Jeff Monken and his coaching staff get a couple angles to even take the chance.
It was called a first down on the field.
And actually,
what?
It's a booth review. Let me correct myself. And a good job by the guys in the booth. Even so, you still want to snap it as soon as possible.
Yep. Well,
good time to tie your shoes right there.
And Larry Saunders is waiting for the word, and you're going to be tripping over a shoelace trying to keep up with these college athletes. Ruled a first down on the field. Here comes the word, I believe, as we see one more look.
The ruling on the field stands. Army will not be charged a timeout, as we were buzzed from the booth prior to them calling a timeout. It's first down.
Yep.
There was a lot going on there. Monken calling the timeout to try to make sure the booth had more time to look at it.
Yep. So the drive continues for the Citadel, down by 11 here with 7:15 to go. They've used 6-14, 10 plays and 48 yards to this point.
Army's playing off coverage here. They want to make sure they don't give anything deep.
Adams, late pitch, got it into the hands of Wallace. Heavy shot, helmet went flying there. Johnny Nation got to come out for a play there. Heavy hit by Radigan on the solo stop.
Wow.
That's a lick.
I mean, that is exactly how you teach it. Radigan's got some serious speed running down the line. Has to come out for a snap because his helmet came off.
That's right. There you go. And around into the hands of Webb, a talented wide receiver. Third down coming, 6:20 and counting left in the game. Armed Services Football is proudly supported today by Verizon. 3rd and 5. So you're down 11 here. Still 4 down territory. Do you think they would attempt a field goal if they don't get this?
Depends on how close they get here. I think if they don't get any more yards, they would attempt a field goal to make it a 1-score game again.
3 of 11 on 3rd down. Adams, pressure, and this changes everything now. They drop him back at the 33-yard line. Eric Smith getting in there to make the play.
Yeah, now I think you have to go for it. I don't know if he's going to have Kintner going for a 49-yard field goal. Pretty good pressure, but if you're Adams, you got to throw it right there. I mean, there's too many black jerseys around you. Got to give one of your guys a chance.
2nd sack of the day for Army. So to convert here, they need to get to the 22-yard line.
Look at the big splits, by the way, for the Citadel up front. That's the space between the offensive linemen. Some of the biggest splits you'll see in college football.
On 4th down, Adams is in trouble. It'll be a turnover on downs. Nate Woody dials it up. Eric Smith in there. Radigan in there. They brought some dudes.
Timeout.
And their 3rd sack of the day here, Ross, for Army.
They brought the pressure. And 2 plays in a row, the Citadel not able to handle it. Those linebackers for the Black Knights have been everywhere.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. By MCOR. Build, power, service, protect. By The Exchange. And by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Inside of 5 to go here in the ball game. Army on top by 11 with the football. And next week, the Black Knights will be back at it deep in the heart of Texas. UTSA is off to a good start. They'll take on the Roadrunners in the Alamo Dome next Saturday right here on CBS Sports Network. Is some pressure there, forcing that errant throw there by Jamel Jones.
Wow, I can't believe that. I'm really surprised they threw it.
Yeah.
The ball didn't get back, I don't think, to the line of scrimmage.
Illegal forward pass.
You nailed
Offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty. Correction. Intentional grounding. Loss of down to the spot of the foul.
A big penalty.
It's a huge penalty, and it's a huge play call. You'll see the line of scrimmage was about the 38, and it's close.
Yep, it was.
Really close.
So now backed up to the 25 is Army. Leading by 11 here. Jones will keep. Got about 3 on the run. 3rd and long now. Really long.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge play call, huge penalty for Army. I mean, they're hoping to churn clock and end this game.
Yeah.
And instead they try to throw it on 1st down and have a disastrous loss of yardage and loss of down.
So they need 20 here to convert. The Citadel down 11, 3 timeouts for them.
And if I'm the Citadel, I use a timeout right after this play, because you can control the clock much better on offense than you can on defense. Save all that time.
Jones out of the shotgun. They rush forward. It's intercepted! Intercepted! And Bernard saves a touchdown. The ball came out. It looks as if it was recovered by the Citadel. Jay Smith, 6'1", 270. What a disaster on that series for Army, and the Citadel forcing the turnover, and they are right back in this game.
Being down at the 2-yard line. 1st down.
And Jones is getting up a little bit gimpy. I can't believe this.
Wow.
It's a screen to the left. Jay Smith's very smart, gets over there. Look at the big man, 6'1", 270, go up and get it. And he almost scored. Bernard did a good job trying to rip it out of there, but That was about as bad of a series as you can have for Jamel Jones and the Army Black Knights. They did two things that gives the Citadel a chance to get right back in this game.
You're not kidding about that. They got a 1st and goal now. Adams under center. Jalen Adams, and he's forced back. John Radigan steps up and flexes his muscle and says, I don't think so on 1st and goal.
I can't believe this kid didn't play till his senior year. I mean, he is unbelievable.
He is.
Johnny Nation, he's been everywhere. Watch him right here. He's going to scrape again over the top. They do such a good job. They're up near the line, so you think you're going to block him. Nope, I'm sliding, shoulder square, boom. Good job by Lowry next to him, too.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and goal now. Adams toss near side. Walk-in touchdown. The Citadel takes one in for the score. And it's Derek Hampton, the redshirt sophomore, with a touchdown run of 5 yards. 3:21 to go, 14-9. And there's Smith with that pick and the return to set it up.
Nice quick hitter there. It was just a quick pitch. Really like that play design. I mean, that was, even if he wasn't trying to score a touchdown, he would have had it. I don't know why, if you're the Citadel, you kick an extra point here.
Their first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Go for 2, make it a 3-point game.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
You got to go for 2 here, and you can't use a timeout there.
Yep.
You need to use your timeouts on defense. That is rough for the Citadel.
Sure is. So they're going to talk it over. Army's talking it over. Tim Kelly there, the trainer, talking to Jeff Monken about something. Right now, he's got bigger concerns. His team up by 5. Brent Thompson and his guys coming back onto the field. Here's another look at Hampton's run.
Yeah, watch the block. Anthony Bowen gets a good block. Sessions gets a good block. And, man, they should run that play again. I mean, if the end zone wasn't there, he might have scored 30, 40, 50-yard touchdown. He had a lot of space. Now they're going for 2, of course. Got to think this ball is in Adams' hands, the quarterback.
Here's Adams. Pressure comes from the left side. No one touched him. And it's McDuffie with that speed coming in there, making the play to keep it a 5-point lead. 3:21 to go. What a game this has been. We're not done yet. The interception, Ross. Look at the big man rumble.
It was the big man, Jay Smith, getting down near the goal line. Then they find a way with the quick pitch for the touchdown, and McDuffie, look out from the right. It's a corner blitz. He's coming.
The finish when we come back. Well, these two teams haven't played in 26 years, and they put on a very entertaining show here today. 3:21 left. It's a 5-point lead for Army. The Citadel is going to be kicking off when we resume here, and the Sonic QB comparison shapes up this way, Ross.
Jalen Adams, look at that, more rushing yards than Jones, and he's only played here in the second half. Adams done a really nice job, and Jones is on the bench. Looks like something in his lower body is bothering him, so we'll see if he even comes out here for this series.
Well, that's why the trainer was talking to Jeff Monken. It's got to be when we were in game before the last break, and there is Jones. So there's the kick. They squib one down there, and it's going to go out of bounds, so that backfires on the Citadel. There's the penalty flag with 3:21 remaining. Campbell, he started the game with a beautiful onside kick that was recovered.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team, number 90. The ball will be placed to the 35-yard line. First down.
By Destin Mack. And let's go back and look at what happened to Jamel Jones after he was picked off by the big man, Jay Smith.
Yeah, they were trying to set the screen up, a conservative play, and Jones, he looks like he's fine there, but watch when the fumble recovery happens. It looks like Covey right there when he dove to get on the ball, hit the right leg of Jones, and Jones kind of gets up a little gimpy, hobbled there.
Yep. Christian Anderson didn't play today. Undisclosed on the health status of him. So here's Maurice Ballon in the game. And they're trying to strip it. You can hear him all the way up here get the ball. They force him into a loss of 1. 2 timeouts left for the Citadel. There's Jamel Jones on the bench, who made his first career start here today. There is Maurice Ballon. We've only seen him in late game situations. We haven't seen him in any extended time here, Ross, this season.
Right, I mean, he's really their fourth string quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's in the game, a 5-point lead, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I think the most important thing here is to be secure with the football, the snap, the exchanges, everything.
He came in earlier in the game and they put one on the turf as Buchanan breaks through there, drags a defender, and Jacoby Buchanan takes care of business there for him.
Boy, that is gigantic.
Wow.
That is a gigantic first down by Army. Watch Buchanan well blocked up front, and right there runs through the tackle of Sean Thomas Faulkner, able to get several more yards. That's their best fullback run of the day, exactly when they needed it.
Yep, 13 yards. So they've got, they being the Citadel, 2 timeouts. When do you think they ought to start burning those, Ross?
They will use them right here after 1st and 2nd down.
Milan's going to keep it. Milan cuts back inside. Shifty run. Great run. He's got a first down inside of the 40. So they get the stoppage here by the chains moving. Does the Citadel.
This is gut check time for the Army. What a job. I mean, they haven't been able to run it that effectively really all day. Right now, when they absolutely need to have it, back-to-back first downs, and they let the clock keep going.
Yeah, now I got to say something here, Ross. This is the second week in a row that the clock has not stopped on certain plays. It never stopped there. Last week it happened twice.
Needs to stop on first downs in college football until they set the chains.
Here's Milan to the outside, cuts back in. Good job getting to the 35.
Timeout, Citadel.
So there's their second timeout. They've got one left.
30-second timeout.
72 seconds remaining. We'll be back right after this for the finish. Time for our Day in the Life of Cadet, brought to you by Verizon. You, where are you circling today? Bottom there?
1, 2,
underlining.
3. Well, these are all classes that there's no chance that I would have done well in.
That makes 2 of us.
Biology, research methods, life cycle, and human development. I'm not even sure what that is. Maybe I would do well on it.
All right, back to the business at hand here. 1:12 to go. 1 timeout left for the Citadel. It's 2nd down here and 6 for Army.
Right, so Army's going to run it and make the Citadel use their last timeout.
Yep. And then try and convert. If they do that, the game's over. Maurice Milan in a cornerback. And he's going to be short. And keep him in bounds. First to greet him there was Chris Beverly. So there's the timeout. Now, we were told during the break that they reset the clock. That was the fastest reset I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really only a couple seconds. Yeah. And they're supposed to wait till the chains are set.
Yeah.
So here's the math, Ben.
Correct.
It's a 40-second play clock after this 3rd down run, right?
Yep.
So Army obviously has 2 downs to get the first down. If they get the first down here, the game's over. If they get stopped here, then probably be at least a 5 or 6 second play at least.
Yep.
And then you run 40 after that. So you're going to be down less than 20 seconds in the game for 4th down.
3rd and 2, the situation with 1:04 to go. When we're done, Inside College Football crew, they're set to keep you updated on what's going around in the country, what is going around in college football today, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So Army back onto the field. Maurice Milan with Cade Bernard behind him. Jeff Monken trying to get out of here with a 5-point win to improve to 4-1 on the season and make it 6 straight here at home. Milan not going to get there, and they stop him. They stop him. The clock continues to run. No timeouts for the Citadel.
Well, and not only did they stop him, but he lost several yards, which makes this 4th down much more difficult. And so now, if you are Jeff Monken, you could elect to try to punt it and pin him deep here. You could go for it on 4th and 5. My guess is Monken's telling the official right now, hey, I'm going to call a timeout when there's 1 second left on the play clock, and then he's going to decide the best course of action.
Timeout, Army.
There it
Their
is.
first charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
What do you think he does?
I'll tell you what I would do.
Okay.
I would punt it. I think a real quick
Correction,
punt.
be a full 1 minute timeout.
A real quick punt. You knock it down. You know, you don't take any chance of it getting blocked.
Yeah.
Because that's also going to take a bunch of time off the clock. And if you punt it, you tell the guys on the punt team, don't touch the football. Don't go down and down it.
Yep.
Just let it sit there until the officials blow it dead. You can get 8, 10, 12 seconds off this clock and pin the Citadel really deep. The other option would be to run the football a little bit more conservative.
Please
probably.
reset the game clock to 19 seconds. 19 seconds.
Added a second to the clock, and about 1:33 we put these up. Your keys to the game. What do you make of what's transpired?
Well, they did start fast. I know it says 3 first half points, but it was only 7-3 at halftime. You know, did not do a great job with the turnover battle until recently, actually.
Yeah.
And Army's done a nice job making them throw. And 8 plays of 10+ yards for Army. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like they've had the same kind of big plays they had a week ago.
Very good. So Army back on. The offensive group is on the field. Citadel trying to get a stop to get this ball back and have a few seconds remaining to try and get a touchdown to win it. Army trying to get it and put a nail in the coffin. Ballon's going to get it, and Ballon has got it to the 28-yard line. And that will do it. The Citadel cannot stop the clock. They found a way, Ross, to grind one out today, but they get a win here at home. They're 6th in a row at Michie, and they improved to 4-1 with a 14-9 hard-fought, tooth-and-nail type game.
Yeah, that was an awesome football game right there. And kudos to the Citadel, obviously. Tremendous effort by those kids in their last game of 2020 and maybe their last game until next fall.
Yeah.
But for Army, you got your starting quarterback out, your 4th string quarterback's in, and for them to end the game running the football for a first down, that was a big-time gut check for the Black Knights, and they were able to take care of business at the end when they had to.
Two great institutions, 2 proud programs. They hadn't played since 1994. Army won that game by a point. And the Citadel came here in 91 and 92 and won back-to-back games. As Army heads to the south end zone, where the band is, we'll have the playing and the singing of the Army alma mater. The Citadel will make their way, no question about it. Down with Army. Stand back at the 30-yard line and give Army a little space, I suppose, but they are going to honor the fine men and women that go here and have gone here along the banks of the Hudson. It's the Army alma mater. Watch and listen. We'll hear from Jeff Monken momentarily. So he's able to get into position with Tina down on the field, but a 4-1 start. You talked about them being 3-1 last year at the outset. They found a way to win to go to 4-1 here today.
Yeah, it was not perfect. You see Sand and McCoy giving some guys some high fives, and some of the Citadel guys that know that this might be their last time playing football.
Yeah, that was Thomas Crawford. The emotion. Wow. You're not kidding, Ross. You talked about him. He found out earlier this week he was going to become a pilot in the Air Force and leaving soon. And it's so emotional for these men that played just 4 games this season. Down to Tina with Jeff Monken. Tina.
All right, Ben, thank you. Coach Monken, your players had to really fight to win this game, and you find yourself with your 4th-string quarterback having to run for a first down to steal the win. What does that say about your entire team's effort?
Oh, I thought it was a really good effort there by the offense at the end, but you know, just too much during the day from the first time we had the ball all the way to that drive. I mean, give the Citadel credit. They beat us up. We didn't run the ball very effectively. They outplayed us. Their defense outplayed our offense.
What do you know about the health of Jamel Jones? Of course, he had to come out of that game late.
I don't know yet. It was on the play where he threw the interception on the screen pass, but I don't know how he's doing yet.
And coming off of that, you find Citadel here in the red zone, and McDuffie comes up with that big stop. Where did the defense come up big in this game to help save the game for you?
Oh, I thought the defense played their butts off. We gave up a couple big plays. The one down there, the run play in the first half, to set up the field goal, a pass play, which they missed the field goal at the end of the half, and put them in just a terrible situation down here. But I thought they really answered the bell all day long. I thought the defense played good.
Coach Monken, congratulations on the win. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Ben, back to you.
All right, Tina, thanks. You saw a couple shots in there of Thomas Crawford. The emotion of these players coming out here for the Citadel, as that's it for them in 2020. 4 games, and they're done. Our final score, Army 14, the Citadel 9. For Ross Tucker, Tina Servastio, all of our crew, my name is Ben Holden. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's now send you to New York City for Inside College Football with Brent Stover and the gang. So long from West Point.